What's going on, guys? It's the Duel Factory, and it's been a while since I posted a video. I've just been really busy with work, and I've been going back and forth visiting my parents and my family and whatnot. So I haven't really been recording a lot of videos. As you heard from the last podcast when me and John did, I was going to post a Prank Kids deck profile. However, two things happened. I corrupted the file, and then after re-looking at it, I didn't really care for my list. So I decided to show you something else that I've been theorizing before I present the actual Prank Kids list, because I actually need some input on this deck from more than just my actual group of friends and testing partners. And that's going to be Tri-Brigade Zoo. So most of you know it's a real popular strategy over in the OCG right now. They also have the new link to the Baron Blossom card, I think it is. And that card makes Revolt really, really good. I am currently trying it out for the current TCG format. And obviously, I'm just basically future-proofing myself for whenever we do get the Baron Blossoms. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have built. And like I said, this is completely built in theory. Haven't been able to test it yet. With that being said, we'll go ahead and get straight into the deck profile. And don't forget to check out the X2 Drop podcast, which will be going... we should be having an episode this week. So be prepared for that. But anyway, let's get on to the list. So for the Tri-Brigade monsters, the best card of the deck, we're going to play 3 copies of Fractal. More or less, it's your Foolish Burial for any level 3 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast. It's your best starter card. It can be searched by Tinky, so on and so forth. We are also playing 3 copies of Kit, which essentially Foolish Burials any Tri-Brigade monster, and I think Kit and Fractal are the best starter cards in your deck, so that's why we max out on them. For the other Tri-Brigades, one of your better extenders is Karaz. You essentially discard a Beast, Beast Warrior, Wing Beast, and you special summon it. And then we also play 3 copies of Nerval. Whenever it goes to the graveyard, it searches a Tri-Brigade monster. They all share the same effect where you can banish materials for a Beast, Wing Beast, or Beast Warrior Link monster from your graveyard and special summon it to the field, so you can play cards like the Ancient Warrior Link and whatnot. But they all share that same effect. I'm currently playing 10 right now. I know a lot of Tri-Brigade lists are playing the full 12. I just think 10's a cleaner number, and it's better for consistency, and you don't break it on as too many Tri-Brigade cards, I personally believe. But that's just me. On to the Zoo monsters. We're only playing 3 in the main deck. So we're playing the best one in Rat. Essentially, it sends you a Ram and gets all your combos set up. It also sends combo, which I am playing currently. The one Ram to send off of it, and then I'm also playing the one of Thoroughblade. If you draw the Ram, you have a way to get it out of your hand. But essentially, you're using them to make your Tri-Brigade Revolt live, because they're really good at putting Beast Warriors in the graveyard to make your Tri-Brigade monsters live. That's why I really, really like them. And then one of the tech cards I'm playing right now is I'm playing 3 copies of Brotherhood of the Firefist Raven. For those of you who don't know what it does, whenever it goes from field to grave, it sets a fire formation spell directly from your deck. The reason we're playing this, one, it gives you more access to Tinky, which essentially gives you more copies of your Fractal. It also gives you more access to your Zoo cards. So instead of playing 3 main deck Zoo monsters, you play the 3 Tinky, that gives you 6 main decked ones. If you play the Ravens, that's essentially 9, which also gives you 9 copies of Fractal as well. So it makes your 2-card combos infinitely more consistent, and the fact that it's Beast Warrior works really well with your Tri-Brigade monsters and special summoning your Link monsters. So that's why I'm playing it currently right now. It might get cut in future lists, but for right now, I think the card's insane. And then for the 2 Wing Beast monsters, for the Simorgh Link, the 1 Wind Barrier statue, and the 1 copy of Apex Avian. This is for your turn 1. You summon the Barrier statue first, and then you follow it up with the Apex Avian. Post sideboard, depending on what you side, usually the Apex Avian comes out first. But like I said, it's all based off your sideboard and what the game situation is. For the hand traps, I'm playing 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It is the most generic hand trap right now, and I'm also playing 3 copies of Gamma because I think it's the most generic high-impact hand trap. Honestly, if I were going to events or anything like that, the Ash Blossom probably gets switched out for Nibiru because I'm a big fan of playing multiple copies of high-impact hand traps in my main decks. But for, like I said, remote duels, locals, anything like that, I think this is fine right now. On to the spell cards. Your most broken spell card being Zoodiac Barrage. It's that one for a reason. We're going to leave it at that. 3 copies of Fire Formation Tenki. Like I said, it's more copies of your Fractal, it's more copies of your Zoo monster, so on and so forth. That's why we're playing it. For added consistency, we're playing 3 copies of Prod of Prosperity. It might conflict, you think, but like I said, you're really playing it for the consistency boost that it provides your deck. More or less, most of the time, you're only going to banish 3, but if when Desperate Times calls a Desperate Message and you don't see any of your engines, you might have to banish 6 just so you can get started, you know? I mean, it is what it is. And then on to the 1-of spells, we play 1 copy of Monster Reborn, 1 copy of One Fallen. This is strictly for Nerval, kind of like how Foolish. It's not strictly for Nerval. You can use it also to send Kit, but so on and so forth. They're basically, you can consider them pseudo starter cards, is what I like to say. And then 1 copy of Called by the Grave. if I can actually speak today. So that way pesky hand traps and stuff like that that prevent you from actually comboing don't actually happen. And then for the trap cards, I'm playing 3 copies of Tri-Brigade Revolt. Like I said, the Zoo Monsters make this card really, really good. And for those of you that don't know what it does, is you can target any number of Beast, Beast Warrior, and Winged Beast monsters in your graveyard or your Banished pile, and you can special summon them to the field, and immediately after that, you can use them to link summon a Tri-Brigade link, which gives you more access to your Shurag, which card's honestly really, really insane. And I just think the card's really good. So we're playing that, and then I'm playing 1 copy of Combo because I'm playing Rat. It might get cut, I'm not 100% sure, but it's a nice way to recycle your Zoo monsters after you use them turn 1, and that way gives you access to your Zeus again. So I think we're going to keep it in there for now. And that is the main deck. It is 40 cards. On to the extra deck, one of my favorite parts. So the Zoo XYZs, right? So we're playing 1 Kong, 1 Borbo, 1 Chalk, 1 Tiger, and 1 Trident. We're playing the full 5 names, specifically for the reason that when you make Zeus, if you count the Zoo monster and the 5 materials underneath of it, that is exactly 6 materials. Will let you resolve your Zeus 3 times if necessary. And the man himself, Sky, being able to resolve him 3 times is actually really important, especially when you're trying to play through multiple interruptions. And then the 1 copy of Zeus, obviously. And then for the Link monsters, we play 2, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's Fidget or whatever. But that card's really good. We're also playing 1 copy of Rugal and then 2 copies of Shurag, the Ominous Omen. This card's really good. I think the next deck profile, if it's not Prank Kids, I think I'm going to show you guys Tri-Brigade Dogmatica, simply because these cards have really insane grave effects, too, for those of you who don't know. We do play the 1 copy of Almirage. You use it because it works with your... I was playing Link Rebo, too, but I cut it. Just kind of like basically thinking to myself, because Almirage works with your kit, it works with your Raven, and it also works with Nerval as well. That's one of the big things, is why we're playing that too. But it makes those cards your starter cards. That's why I need to play the copy of it. And then we're also playing 1 copy of Firefighting Darumidol. I play this over, Nightmare Phoenix, as a generic link too that your deck can make solely. Because it can also be special off the Tri-Brigade links, and it eventually fulfills the same purpose, especially when you play cards like Tenki. And then I also play 1 copy of the Double Dragon Lords. It's essentially a compulse. And then the best card in the extra deck, honestly, itself, is the Smorg Bird of Sovereignty. This is what summons your Barrier statue. It's what summons your Apex Avian, so on and so forth. And that was my Tri-Brigade Zoo deck profile. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Like I said, I'm open to criticism, open to suggestions and stuff like that, because it's a deck I actually really enjoy. I just don't know if the best way to play it yet, but this is just my first take on it. I'll probably bring you updates of this deck too, because I'm really, I feel like I'm going to enjoy this deck a lot, and it's one of those decks I think is going to be really, really good going forward, especially when we get the link to it. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, check out the X2 Drop podcast, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.